Hey there, guys! Welcome to Press to Chat. Today, for first and foremost, this week we're doing more pixel art because more Pokemon pixel art because my partner, my co-host, again had a they didn't fell through again, so we don't have them here today, but that's okay. Today we're going to be working on the entire Oddish evolution line. So the first Pokemon in that evolution line is Pokemon number 043, Oddish, the weed Pokemon, also known as Nazonokuza in Japan. It is a dual type Pokemon, being grass and poison. Its ability is Chlorophyll. Its hidden ability is Runaway. The gender ratio is 50% male, 50% female. Its catch rate is at 255, or 33.3% chance. It's part of the grass egg group. Its hatch time is from 5,140 to 5,396 steps. Its height is at 1 foot 8 inches, or 0.5 meters. Its weight is at 11.9 pounds, or 5.4 kilograms. The Pokedex entries are for Kanto 43, for Johto 83, for Hoenn 91, for Kalos 105. 105, I meant. The basic screw yield from Gen 1 through 4 is 78. Gen 5 onwards, it is 64. Slimming rate is medium slow. Its EB with a total of 1 stat, that being in the special attack stats. Body style is that of a small ball with feet. And no arms. Pretty much. Footprint is small. Base friendship is 70. Oddish, also known in Japan as Nazonokuza, is a dual type grass poison Pokemon introduced in Gen 1. It evolves into Gloom starting at level 21, which evolves into Vileplume when exposed to a Leaf Stone, or into Bellossom when exposed to a Sunstone. Alright, now the thing is, when the Bellossom, I recorded it afterwards because and after I had done the Paris and Parasect pixel art, and then I realized I need to do Bellossom, which is also another evolution in Oddish's evolution line. So what I did, I built it on top of Vileplume. You'll see what I mean by on top. But basically, I did it like I did the Charizard evolution, where we had Charizard, and then above Charizard we had Mega Charizard Y, and under him we had Mega Charizard X. Something like that. So that's basically how we're going to do these dual evolution line Pokemon. So we're going to do the same thing with Hitmontop. Biology. Oddish resembles a blue plant bulb with a round body, beady red eyes, and oval foot-like roots. Oh, and I know Bellossom isn't introduced technically until Gen 2, but we're going to keep the evolution lines together just so it's easier for me. Alright, so Oddish resembles a blue plant bulb with a round body, beady red eyes, and oval foot-like roots. 5 large green leaves sprout from its head. As demonstrated in the anime, these leaves are prehensile and can be used to scale vertical surfaces and catch light objects. What prehensile means is that it can, kind of like our hands, where they can move through nerves, so that's what it means. That's what prehensile means. I know there's a better way of explaining what that is, but so basically they can grab things and move around, kind of like hands. Known by the scientific name Odium wanderus, Oddish lives in grasslands. A nocturnal Pokemon, Oddish buries its sensitive body in the ground during the day to avoid the sun and fool predators. If its leaves are pulled in this state, it will respond by shrieking horribly. It starts to move when its leaves begin absorbing moonlight, which it uses to grow. Oddish will wander up to 1,000 feet, 300 meters, during the night to scatter its seeds and find a nutrient-rich patch of soil in which to plant itself. The more fertile the earth, the glossier the leaves the glossier its leaves will be. It is thought that its feet become like tree roots when planted. In the past, Petal Dance was its signature move, but not anymore. Trivia. In Gen 2, Bill's grandfather asked the player to bring him a round green Pokemon with leaves growing on its head, referring to Oddish. However, in these games and subsequent generations, Oddish body, unless it is shiny, is blue. The mistake might have been a translation error caused by the ambiguity of the Japanese word aoi, which can mean both blue and green. This is fixed in Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Oddish has a scientific name, Odium wanderus, given in Fire Red and Y Pokedex entries. The only other Pokemon with a known scientific name is Kabutops with Kabutops maximus. Oddish's ally's name is Oddish Uruki Mendesu, as stated in the Japanese version of Fire Red, as well as the red and green Pokedex entries. That can either be seen as a corruption of Archimedes, the Greek mathematician, or as a direct reference to a popular Japanese instant noodle brand, Archimedes. Sorry about that, I forgot to mute my phone. That literally means instant noodles on the go. The latter made reference to Oddish's appearance when walking. Oddish can be seen as parallel to Bellsprout, both are grass poison type Pokemon from Gen 1, part of a 3-stage evolutionary line convolved starting at level 21, and whose second evolutionary event utilizes Elite Stone. Oddish is exclusive to Pokemon Red and Fire Red, while Bellsprout is exclusive to Blue and Leaf Green, with both Pokemon found in the same locations in their respective versions. Additionally, both can be found at White Forest and White, and both Pokemon have had their egg designs revealed. In Pokemon Gold and Silver, Oddish is programmed to be able to learn Charm through breeding, but no other Pokemon in the Grass group can legitimately learn it to pass it down as an egg move in these games. In Generation 3 and 4, Oddish can inherit the move from Shroomish by chain breeding. In Generations 5 on, Oddish can inherit that move directly from Cottony. Okay. That's enough for Oddish. Now we move on to Gloom. That is Pokemon entry number 44. Gloom, the weed Pokemon, in Japan known as Kusaihana. Kusaihana is a dual type Pokemon, being grass and poison. Its ability is chlorophyll, its hidden ability is stench. 50% male and 50% female is the gender ratio. Catch rate of 120. 15.7%. Second part of the grass egg group. Its catch time is from 5,140 to 5,396 steps. Its height is at 2 feet 7 inches. That's 0.8 meters. Its weight is at 19 pounds or 8.6 kilograms. Pokedex entries are 44 for Kanto, 84 for Johto, 92 for Hoenn, and 106 for Kalos. Basic screen yield is 132 from Gen 1 through 4, 138 from Generation 5 onward. Climbing rate is medium fast. It's a total of 2 special attack stat. The body style is that of a small bipedal creature. The footprint is small. Base friendship is 70. Gloom, also known in Japan as Kusaihana, is a dual-type grass poison Pokemon introduced in Gen 1. I'm sorry if I'm butchering these names. It evolves from Oddish at level 21. It evolves into either Vileplume when exposed to a Leaf Stone or Bellossom when exposed to a Sunstone. Gloom is a blue bipedal Pokemon with rudimentary hands and feet. It has orange leaves and a reddish-brown flower growing from its head. The flower has large rounded petals and white spots. The female displays only a single large spot on each petal, while the male will have more smaller spots. Its eyes are white and often appear closed, and its lips are thin and purple. Gloom trickles sticky nectar from its mouth with the appearance and consistency of drool. This can be used as a fertilizer for plants, also nectar, not drool. Fertilizer for plants. Both this nectar and the flower on Gloom's head release a foul odor strong enough to induce fainting in humans over a mile away. However, it can also attract prey, and even a very small number of humans find it pleasing. This odor is a key ingredient for some perfume production. When it is in danger, the odor worsens, but it will not emit the odor if it feels safe. Gloom lives in the grassy plains. In the past, Petal Dance was his signature move. Gloom is the only dual-type Pokemon that can evolve into a single-type Pokemon. In the anime, James' description of Gloom's stench is confused in some sources as a description of his coughing. Gloom appears to resemble the nocturnal flower known as Rafflesia arnoldi, which has a foul odor. The fact that its terrible smelling pollen can be made into a wonderful perfume, and that 1 in 1,000 people can enjoy its smell may be a reference to skunks, whose musk has similar qualities. Name origin. Gloom is taken from the word gloom, a state of depression, and may refer to the gloom associated with smelling its stench or its seemingly depressed face. It could also come from bloom, since it is still in the blooming stage of a Rafflesia arnoldi. It could possibly also refer to gloom, Glume, which is a type of leaf in grass flower anatomy. Because Hana literally means stinking flower. Kusai Hana. Hana means flower, right? And Ohana means family. I just had to do that. I had to make that joke. Alright, now we're going to Pokemon entry number 45. Vileplume, the flower Pokemon. In Japan known as Rufresia. Rufresia? It's a dual type Pokemon, grass and poison. Its ability is chlorophyll, or its hidden ability is effects. Its catch rate is at 45 or 5.9%. Sorry about that. I don't think you heard that, but the catch rate is at 45 or 5.9%. It's part of the grass egg group. Its hatch time is 5,140 to 5,396. Its height is at 3 feet 11 inches or 1.2 meters. Its weight is at 41 pounds or 18.6 kilograms. Pokedex entries are 45 for Kanto, 85 for Johto, 93 for Hoenn, and 107 for Kalos. Basic experience yield is 184 from Gen 1 through 4. Gen 5 onward is at 221. Its learning rate is medium slow. It's a total of 3 stats. Its CB yields a total of 3 stats, all being special attack. It is a bipedal creature. Footprint is small. Base friendship is 70. Vileplume Japanese Refrescia is a dual type grass poison Pokemon introduced in Gen 1 and Bellossom Gloom when exposed to a Leaf Stone. It is one of Oddish's final forms, the other being Bellossom. Biology. Vileplume is a blue bipedal Pokemon with rudimentary hands and feet. It has beady red eyes and a massive red flower growing from its head. Vileplume's flower is said to have the largest petals in the world, and is almost too heavy for the Pokemon itself to support. The rounded petals of the flower are red and covered with white spots. The female Vileplume has fewer but larger spots on its petals. It can shake, flap, or burst its petals into bloom with a bang in order to release clouds of pollen. This pollen is highly allergenic to humans and toxic to other Pokemon. Vileplume uses it to paralyze its prey. It can also utilize these petals in its former signature move, Petal Dance. Vileplume lives in grassy plains where it is often mistaken for native flowers. Vileplume shares its category name with Bellsprout and Bellossom. They are all known as the flower Pokemon. Vileplume, like Gloom, is based on the Rafflesia Arnoldi, a foul-smelling flower known as the world's largest single flower. This Pokemon more strongly resembles a flower than Gloom, which represents the budding stage of the Rafflesia. Vileplume's flower also looks like several other species of Rafflesia, notably Cantelii, KT, Prisier, Mamilana, Maniana, and Speciosa. I am butchering all these flower names, of which the petal shape is the closest match. Female Vileplume may be based on Rafflesia hasselti, as its petals have distinctly larger blotches than other species of Rafflesia. Name origin. Vileplume is a combination of bile and plume, or plumose, possessing filaments or branches that give a feathery look. Rafflesia is a corruption of Rafflesia. Mainly because in Japan they don't distinguish the L's and the R's, so there's like if you're an anime fan, well, you've already figured this out, but most Japanese people they don't have a distinct pronunciation of the L and R, because there is no pronunciation from L and R because it's technically not in their vocabulary or something like that. I don't remember much. Anyways, that's what it is. They just can't. Their R's and L's sound the same because there's no distinct pronunciation difference. Anyways, we'll move on to Bellossom. That's Pokemon entry number 182. Bellossom, the flower Pokemon, in Japan known as Kiriehana. Its type is grass. Its ability is chlorophyll, or its hidden ability being healer. Gender ratio is 50% male, 50% female. Catch rate of 45 or 5.9%. It's part of the grass egg group. Its hatch time is from 5,140 to 5,396 steps. Its height is at 1 foot 4 inches or 0.4 meters. Its weight is at 12.8 pounds or 5.8 kilograms. Pokedex entries for Johto is 86, for Hoenn 94, for Kalos it is 108. The basic experience yield is 184 from Gen 2 to 4. From Gen 5 onward it is 221. Its level rate is medium slow. Its EB yield is a total of 3 stats, all being the special defense category. It is a bipedal creature. It has no footprint. Its base friendship is 70. Bellossom, in Japan known as Kiriehana, is a grass type Pokemon introduced in Gen 2. It evolves from Gloom when exposed to a sunstone. It is one of Oddish's final forms, the other being Vileplume. Bellossom is a primarily green Pokemon with circular blue eyes and red markings on its cheeks. It has 2 bright red flowers on its head and green and yellow leaves around its waist that resemble a skirt, all adding to the appearance of a hula dancer. Bellossom's petals are said to be more beautiful the worse the gloom it evolved from smell. When it rubs the petals on its heads together, it creates a pleasing sound. Bellossom does not possess feet. In the anime, its centermost leaves bends as it was getting ready to spring, suggesting that it uses its leaves as substitutes for feet or legs. However, the Pokedex does not classify it as a biped. Technically, it's not a bipedal creature because it doesn't have feet. Bellossom is often seen dancing and chanting. In particular, Bellossom dances when cloudy weather persists or when the heavy rainfall season ends and is drowned out by the warm sunlight. It lives in grassy plains. In the gold and silver artwork, an artwork made earlier, Bellossom's body is shown with a blue color instead of its usual green. This color is similar to that of its evolutionary relatives and its shiny color in Gen 2. Bellossom is the only single-type Pokemon that evolves from a dual-type Pokemon, thus the only Pokemon which loses its secondary type upon evolution. Bellossom shares its category with Vileplume and Bellsprout. They are all known as the flower Pokemon. In Generation 2, Bellossom could not learn Sludge Bomb from Training Machine 36, despite its pre-evolution being able to do so. This was fixed starting in Generation 3. Alright, that's pretty much it. Tomorrow we're going to be working on the Paris and Parasect pixel art forms, so watch out for that. I hope you did enjoy this video though. That is my only hope. My only wish is that you have enjoyed this video. And anyways, thank you for watching. I will see you all tomorrow, but I still need to kill some time before I bid you all adieu. There we go. I'm so sorry I forgot to do Bellossom, but I recorded it by myself anyways, but that's okay. So I could have technically done this separate. I could have done Vileplume and Bellossom, but that's okay. I had to do all of it together in one beautiful video. Social links down below, and if you did enjoy this video and you want to enjoy the rest of these videos, hopefully you can become a new pal by hitting the subscribe button. You are all pals, so yay! But yeah, do consider subscribing if you enjoyed this video for more awesome content over the rest of the summer. So yep, and hopefully next week we can go back to activities. I'm crossing my fingers. I need to find a co-host that is capable of helping me when I need the help. Because most of the activities I have planned are for 2 people, not for a singular like me. Not for a singular. Yep, I just said not for a singular. Anyways, good. Bye, my friends.